Alright, so today I'm going to be discussing Tom Paine's Infernity list that came second. I'm not going to be showing the cards or anything. I'm not going to be speaking with him or anything. So this isn't really a deck profile, it's just me discussing his list because I found it really interesting. And I found it logical because I would have done this for the Mermail list, but there were some things that I just couldn't understand, like two sphere and things like that. It just so I don't want to try and speak about that when I don't really know what I'm talking about. I have less experience with Infinities, but I feel like I understand his list, where he was going with it, and I think it's interesting to talk about. If you want to watch a deck profile, then I'll put a link in the description to Devil May Duel's channel. Good friend of mine, Anthony Francis, got the deck profile for Tom Paine. The whole weekend he was talking about getting it. Um, even rejected me and my deck profile in favor of Tom Paine's. But yeah, that's fair enough. And uh, yeah, massive shout out, I guess, like credit to Tom. Um, I've I've known him for a few years, I guess. Like known being relative. He used to come to the locals that I used to run in Harrow, and he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy, and one of those like weird geniuses at the game. Um, I mean, you don't really know these things until you yourself get better and you can observe it a bit better. And yeah, the fact that he got to the finals again is a testament to how good a player he is. And quite frankly, Infernities were mind blowing in terms of like I, most people didn't consider it. I didn't consider it, but it's amazing just how much Soul Charge has improved the deck. It's just giving it two more launches. Is sorry, three, three more launches. It's insane. So yeah, I'll go through his list. So he ran three Arc Fiend, yep, three Stygian. Now he said the reason why he ran three Stygian was because um it's the card that enables plays basically. So I get that. I mean the standard is to run two. Um, you only really need two, but the fact that it lets you run less Necromancer is good, and also, I mean, what? I guess why not run more if you can? The deck is just loopy combo deck, so Stygian is what enables those combos to occur. So having more of it, you know, why wouldn't you want more of it? I guess. I guess that's where he's coming from. So Stygian. I guess the only bad thing would be double drawing it, but um, I mean, Infinities dispositionally have a weakness to monster heavy hands, so I don't think that's too much of a bearing on Stygian individually. And you can play out of it, you can play out of having multiple Stygians in your hand. So he ran three Stygian and then two Necro. Two Necro I think definitely makes sense, because it is not good to draw and you don't really need the third most of the time. It just lets you do a bit more. Then two armor and no Grepher. Um, I guess if it worked for him, then it worked for him. A lot of people go for like one of each to try and have variety, but yeah, it makes sense to have two armor. Armor is the one that you use the most. Grepher would be more of a like luxury add-on. Just because it helps if you have very cloggy monster hands, but you wouldn't want to only have one AK, and you wouldn't want to run two AK, one Grepher, because then that's too much in terms of monsters that you're running. Obviously you want as low a monster count as possible. So yeah, two armor makes complete sense, I guess. And two monk, because monk is obviously good. No heiress. A lot of people found that weird. If he didn't need it, then he didn't need it. Again, like it's best to just try and minimize the monster count as much as you can. Um, I would say that everything here is reduced to the greatest possible extent aside from the third Stygian. But the third Stygian is interesting in that with Infernities there's it isn't a paradox, but it's the conflict in that the more monsters you run, obviously the monsters are what create the combos, but the more monsters you run, the lower a chance you have of being able to execute your combos off, because obviously you need to have no cards in hand in order to do anything. But Stygian is a monster that by having more of, you are allowed to do more, but at the same time, if you have multiples in the hand, then it disables you from doing anything. I think clearly from this you can just see that like he took what he needed to and put that in. The 3 Archfiend is obvious, but everything else he just minimized it, and the fact that he ran the third Stygian meant that he could run things like 2 Necro. So I think that's very interesting, and if I were an Infernity player, I would try this monster lineup out, because I mean I'm not an Infernity player. I used to play a little bit. I understand the deck well enough. I can pick up most decks and understand them. So yeah, I do understand the deck. And I don't know, I don't think you need anything else, to be honest. Grepher is nice, but I don't think you need it. Palalabyrinth and Eris is nice, but you know, if he didn't need it, then probably just wasn't necessary. So that's cool. Then the spells, 3 MST and 3 Nightbeam. Now he said he went with 3 Nightbeam because it's better going second, which I think is very interesting. Because he's sort of like preparing for the worst case scenario, which is that you go second, and you have to play through your opponent's field. So Trap Stun is obviously really good going first, and Wiretap now, like Wiretap is crazy. I'd have run a Wiretap, but as we've established, Wiretap is I'm a huge fan of Wiretap. But Nightbeam is really proactive. I think the problem with Trap Stun and Wiretap would be that you need that turn to set it, while Nightbeam can just be used instantly, and a turn can make the difference in this deck, especially since you get an extra draw if you have to wait a turn, which is counterproductive to what you want to do. So 3 MST, 3 Nightbeam, I think was definitely a very wise choice without Trap Stun and Wiretap. Then 3 Instant Fusion, he said, because it makes most of your plays basically, and if you double draw, then that sucks, but there's nothing you can do. I agree with 3 Instant Fusion. I don't necessarily agree with 3 Instant Fusion targets, but 3 Instant Fusion makes sense. And 3 Soul Charge, which yeah, makes sense. Like my loss in Swiss was to Infernity. When I saw him activate the Soul Charge and get the stuff back, I was like, they can do this? And yeah, indeed, they can do this, and it is strong. That's ridiculous. It's just the way, like, everyone was saying how good Dragons got because of Soul Charge. Dragons haven't become that much better because of Soul Charge, in all honesty. But the boost that Infernities have gotten due to Soul Charges, oh, it's immense. It's immense. I'm just like, how did I miss this? How did this happen? I feel so bad. I feel so bad. But yeah, 3 Soul Charge. It's fair enough. 3 Upstart. Because Tom Paine was the Upstart OG. Remember this. All of you who were like, oh, Hoban pioneered Upstarts. No, Tom Paine did. In fact, a year ago, before the last Nationals, myself, Tom, Will, and Connor started the Upstart Goblin Appreciation Society. This isn't even a troll. This is completely true. Because at that point, myself, Connor, and Will were like, why wouldn't you just play Upstart and everything? Like, why wouldn't you? It's breaking the rules of the game. It's giving you a 37 card deck. And then obviously Tom loves Upstart Goblin as well. So we were like, yeah, let's be friends, Upstart Appreciation Society, yay! And that was where it all began. And then one Rota, one Foolish, one Launcher, and one Book. Like even Tom himself was like, I don't know why people aren't running Book. Why aren't you running Book? It's the best trap. Then yeah, 3 Emptiness, because he based the deck quite extensively around Key Beetle Emptiness, which is interesting, because Key Beetle Emptiness is strong against everything. Like, imagine you have the Jizz Infernity field, like barriers and breaks and all this stuff. You got Key Beetle and Emptiness as well. So strong. So strong. Then 2 break, 1 barrier. He said 2 break because he doesn't search the third very often, which is fair enough. I may have opted for the third, personally. I don't know what I'd drop. But yeah. Again, he's just trying to condense everything and make it as consistent as possible, which is what you should do in this game. So if he didn't need the third break, don't run it. I agree with that. TP. Got wisdom that this young senpai does not have. No, you're the senpai. I'm the I don't know what student is. I'm nothing. Evidently, I'm reading someone's list off my phone and talking about it. I'm a loser. 1 warning, 1 bottomless, 1 compulse. Cool. Then for the extra, 1 Key Beetle, 2 Darkfire, 1 level 3. Firstly, I would run Fusionist as the level 3. That is definitely what I would do. Fusionist, because the thing with level 3, the level 3 that he ran was like some fire guy. Fusionist is just better because it's a beast, so you can pop it with Diamond Dire if you need to. And it's the small things like that. So this is like the most pedantic fault with his deck, is that the level 3 was suboptimal. But it was, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to compliment the deck mostly, but yeah, that level 3 should have been Fusionist. Because I'm pretty sure there's no benefit to that fire thing. I think there's a level, yeah, there's Flame Ghost or something. That's the level 3 dark, right? So he could have ran that if he were benefiting from some dark thing. I don't even know. But Fusionist is the best level 3. Because you can pop it for Diamond Dire. It's a very niche interaction, but still one nonetheless. He said he ran 2 Darkfire because he didn't really need to run anything else in terms of rank 4s. It's fair enough. It's fair enough. I can't think of anything particularly poignant that he missed out. Maybe Evil Swarm Nightmare? if that's a thing. But yeah, I think he probably should have ran Evil Swarm Nightmare, to be honest, over the second Darkfire. Yeah, but that's, again, it's very niche. So if he felt the 2 Darkfire were more optimal, then so be it. Then 1 Crazy Box. Guess whose Crazy Box that was in the video? Guess whose it was? That's right, it was my Crazy Box. That Crazy Box that he summoned in the finals, in the biggest match in the country, yeah, that Crazy Box that he summoned is mine. It belongs to me. It's my Crazy Box, and I want it back. People just taking my Crazy Boxes. It's very upsetting. Yeah, one Crazy Box, 1 Levier, 1 Black Ship, 1 101, 2 Diamond Dire, 1 Exoton, 2 Lava Value. He said he didn't really need the third. He said if he ran the Heiress, he would run the third. I don't see why you would need the third. I can see why you'd like the third. Maybe over the Darkfire, but don't see why you'd particularly need it. and 1 Dweller and 1 Cowboy. So, yep. Then the side. The side. 3 weird spell is what I've written down. 3 weird spell. I can't remember what it's called, right? But it is a spell where you return a spell trap on the field to the hand, and no card can be activated in response to the activation of that card. Now, the reason why I know about that card is because I remember in Dragon format, I was looking for things to get past Ophion's safe zone with Pandemic, or Key Beetle Emptiness safe zone as a lock, and I saw that card, and we legitimately decided to to test around with that card, and yeah, he put it in the side, and it was genius. This is what I'm saying about Tom Paine. He's a weird little genius, man. He's like the Rain Man of the Yu-Gi-Oh world, except he's way more socially well adjusted. Oh, it's genius. So the way he sorted out his side was in terms of matchups. So he had three weird spell, and 1 needle ceiling for the mirror, right? Which is cool. He was expecting mirror. I wasn't expecting Infernity. What the hell? I'm so lucky I only played 1. Honestly, I'd have been out of the tournament if I played any more. I'd have been gone straight away. Unless I went first, then I'd have won instantly. Then yeah, so all that's fine. If he wants to side for the mirror, then definitely side for the mirror. I think that was a good choice in retrospect. The card, I don't know about the card specifically, but if he likes it, he likes it, man. Let the Pain Man do what it makes loads of sense as well, because it can act as like a weird little spell trap removal-esque thing. If they go off on you, then you can out them. Yes, it's a lot of nice little nuances to it. I like it. I like it. Then 3 DNA for Bujin. Zombie World is just better. So, is there any reason for him not to have played Zombie World? I don't think so. Aside from Diamond Dye, maybe? That's not significant enough, come on. Zombie World is just the better card. So yeah, I probably should have played Zombie World instead of DNA. Zombie World hits dragons as well, which would have saved him siding 3D bunk. It's just these things. Yes?
You're on the phone?
I'm doing a video.
No.
Yeah.
You can't pause it.
Guess I have to now. So yeah, I should have ran Zombie World. Probably. Then 3D bunk, 1 soul drain, dragon hate. Can't really side maxi, and he has emptiness in the main. 2 chaps done for going first, and 2 Blackhorn for going first. Yep. All makes sense to me. Don't think there's anything that he omitted, really. Nope, everything else seems all good. So, yeah. Good list, really good list. And I'm proud of you, Tom. Oh boy, you did well. It's interesting, because there are a lot of things that are different. But unlike the Murmur list, which I just don't understand, I'm not even gonna pretend like I understand that Murmur list. This like makes a lot of sense to me. It's a very good list. And aside from like a couple of things that I didn't quite agree with, mainly Fusionist and Zombie World instead of whatever Fire Prick he ran and DNA Surgery. I think everything else was spot on. So congrats, Tom, my boy. Harrow Mandem. Look at this, Team Harrow, yeah? Team Harrow. We'll do this, we'll do this. Smash it, Euros. Team GB. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, love me, smiley. See you around.